35. Okay. Somebody get read that thing for us. Okay. So review. Somebody do a review for me.
I forgot my notes.
What?
Yep.
Always forget your notes. That's bad. So.
Yes.
Okay. Esther do a review.
Okay, don't probably have much to say because I
Oh yeah.
didn't write down my notes last time.
Okay.
But it was chapter 34, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
What's the person name? Simon
Bolivar.
Bolivar. The La what? La
Oh, the Liberator.
Librador. Yeah, something.
Is it
Yeah.
Liberator?
The Liberator.
Okay. Let's see.
He played with whom?
Oh yeah, he's playing tennis with
Prince Fernando, am I right?
Prince
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
Sorry, Ferdinand. Which year? 1977, right? So, okay. So, but he is what? He is what? When he won the game.
Yeah, when Bolivar won.
Yeah.
He was Ferdinand was really upset.
Because he was called a name, right?
Yeah.
So,
He
what is called? Creole, right? Creole,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Let's see. He's a Creole, a Spaniard born in the colonies, and those jobs are given only to whom? Peninsulares, a local, am I right? So native Spanish. So there's two kinds of Spanish in societies. So where his colony is? What is the name of the colony? Bolivar is. Venezuela. Are you guys during the week review a little bit classes as it go on? You guys back to school already?
Yeah.
Everybody busy, I know, so we don't have to. Just asking, okay.
I can
Yeah.
review if you want me to. I have time.
Huh?
I can review during the week if you want me to.
I mean, you want to learn something, you might want to review a little bit yourself. It might depends on what you do. You got to do preview as well, so don't have to. Okay, so if you want to do that, you just we're brief. This we're short things to read. Am I like 5 minutes? I read the whole chapter. I guess it's not that long. So what do? You do 5 minutes reviews, 5 minutes preview. Then the coming days you here spending times of where we're productive rather than I don't know anything. I don't know. Feel bad about it. So we're 10 minutes can make you where we're engaging, we're enjoyable in the whole hour class, right? So making sense to you. So I think it's much better way to engage life and use your time wisely in that. So with every subject, especially talking with people, you don't want to feel I don't know anything, I don't know what to say, so feel bad about yourself. Then because you do that, then the whole flow conversation become very much awkward, unproductive in a sense, right? So yeah, I never did any review homework when I was young, so I don't blame you guys. So. But here we are, we can do better, right? So yeah, okay. So I will give you this chapter to do a little bit the key how you review, right? You can see when you read things, always there's a flow, there's a key information. It's almost there's an outline. The author always want to write with the outline. Okay, if you want to read something very clearly fast, you want to at the same time absorb the information needed. You need to quickly understand the author is following an outline. A writing pattern, right? So either he's telling a story, he had a long line, phase 1, phase 2, climax, conclusion, right? So sometimes if you're writing presentative stories, like I see something, he has some key points to talk, conclusion to make, right? So then he has to convince you to present the evidence or opposing something. present the argument for opposition, right, or disagreement. That's basically people write, I think, writing the basically expression thinking, try to convince or presenting some story. Now we understand simply that intimidated by the need, by the text, because the first thing you need to know is the text you're facing. Is it an argument? Thank you. Feel so privileged.
Yeah, let me know if you need any more cream or anything.
Oh, I'm good. Hope it's good. So, or somebody want to tell a story, presenting something, or presenting some information. So you can see two kind of totally different way of writing, right? One is presenting information, make it known to others. The other is try to argue a case or present a case, so opposing a case, right? Either way. So in history, writing this one, what do you think? You try to tell a story, right? So they have way telling stories. The first he's talking about, this guy's upbringing. He didn't straightforward said upbringing, but he did zoom in one scenario, said, hey, this guy played tennis with this young man, become feature his arch enemy, right? That's the case, right? They become the friend together, they spend time in the court together, from totally different background, but later on they begin to fight all over South America as an arch-enemy, right? They are enemies each other. So that's very wonderful to write the story. If you know the story from the end to the beginning, you wanted to teach young children, right? Something interesting. That's how you started. I was started at that, right? So the author is very smart, use that story. Now that story, however, bring out two character here, two person. The prince Ferdinand later on become the king, right? The king. The second is his upbringing. He was not necessarily was Spanish court in the mind of the king would consider a superior upbringing, like worthy his friendship, right? He's a coral. Then the story zooming in back. Who is this guy? This Simon Bolivar, right? So he came from a colony. Colony what? What colony the name? Venezuela. I always have Venezuela. Do it again. Venezuela. So then talk about his education now. He went through the education. He learned from the Enlightenment, right? Enlightenment associated with certain people there. Making sense to you? He know a lot of the United States Revolution, French Revolution, and he want to make South America break off the rule with the Spanish throne. Am I making sense? That's where it started rebel. Am I making sense to you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see the army. The force is called what? Huanta. Am I? Huanta. Am I? So. Okay. Anyway, they begin to wage war because the Spanish don't want to give up. The emperor, the rebelled Venezuela. So they sent in force. What have you? Was the Bolivar defeated or not? Even that he was defeated, right? So, I think so. Yeah. Because his friend betrayed him, right? Something like that, right? So, what is his friend's name? Who betrayed him? No, nobody betrayed him.
Was it Miranda?
Miranda, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Miranda, he gave up, right? He didn't fight with him, so.
Yeah.
But he was thrown in jail. Then, what have you? He went away, right? So he fled from Venezuela, came to a neighbor colony called what? New Granada. Okay, so are you guys still interested in learning?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Elijah?
Mm-hmm.
You mind somewhere else? Might be familiar. Oh, bless. bless in Jesus' name. Amen. Hallelujah. So, so then new granddad grew to comedy, become a colonel. Making sense to you? Yeah, that's where it is. Then the people welcome him back with the army. Caracas, am I right? That's the capital city. And the people in Venezuela welcome him. They called him what? The Liberator, am I right? El Liberador. Okay. So what have you? Continue. Esther, continue review from this point on. So.
I'm pretty sure that Simon Bolivar went to fight against the Spanish again, and the Spanish weren't worried because no one could pass up, like get through their what's it called, like protection.
Protection. Okay.
But maybe that. No, I think that was Simon Bolivar, but he found a way around and got and fought with them. And
So he again been defeated or something, am I right? So.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he got defeated after.
Okay.
But he still had made it
Into their.
Place.
Okay.
But
Evidently we stumbled over those, so we're gonna move forward. But the second one, the legit, help me out, Elijah, is that this guy tried to unite the whole South America, right? Start a revolution, want to be one nation, and turn out he become a little bit dictator, right? So his friend don't agree with him, something like that. So he objected, right, from his position, right? So if I remember right. He was kicked out almost from South America. So he ran them, right? So that's terrible. So anyway, then he died, almost ready to kick out. So what he died of? Ah, there you go. Tuberculosis. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Next chapter is called the New Spain. Okay, let's look at the map. New Spain, where's New Spain? Is it Spain or New Spain?
New Spain.
New Spain, okay, where's it?
right in the middle.
Between South America and United States now, am I right? In the history setting. Making sense to you guys? So, okay, let's look at these cities. New Spain, can see it's Mexico. Mexico City. Do you see Mexico City there?
Yeah.
What is that city name?
Guanajuato.
Guanajuato. Okay, there you
I
go.
almost said yeah.
What about the other city?
The other one is Dolores.
Dolores. Nice. So, do it again.
Dolores.
Res. Okay, do it again. Yeah. Some tongue has there. Yeah, I can't do that. So. Okay. Well, we're going to start with Esther. Esther, can you read the first portion of this chapter? So, chapter 35. Mexican independence.
The cry of Dolores.
Dolores.
Yeah.
What's the first name? Don
Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah, I think so.
Don Miguel sat reading in front of his kitchen fire. His
It's just
breakfast-
Miguel.
Huh?
Like, it's not McGill, it's Miguel.
Miguel. Okay.
Miguel.
We don't know. You gotta learn.
Miguel's like a pretty common name still. It's just
Is
not-
that right?
Yeah,
Never
it's just,
heard
it's
that
just
before.
Miguel.
Okay, Miguel.
His breakfast of bread and coffee stood untouched at his elbow. But occasionally he moved his hand to turn a page, or to scratch absently at the ears of the cat draped across his lap. Finally, he reached the end of the chapter and closed the book. The cat, disturbed, rolled over and batted at the pages.
Mm.
Don Miguel lifted the book out of harm's way. You and Fray Estrada, both, he scolded the cat, out to get my book. He stood up, dumping the indignant cat on the floor, and crossed the room to put his book in the pantry, beneath a basket of eggs. Curious eyes might notice that he was reading essays by the French philosopher
Voltaire. Yeah, Voltaire. Yeah.
Voltaire wrote about the equality of men.
Equality. Mm-hmm. Equal equality. Mm-hmm.
Equality
Mm-hmm.
of all men and their right to rule themselves. Here in Spain, the Central American colony ruled by the Spanish, no priest should be seen reading the works of revolutionary Frenchmen.
Yeah, let me ask you some question, guys. Are you guys getting back to school already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
that's why I'm not interested in learning my history. Because our school subject competing with attention.
No, this is the only history that we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it doesn't matter. If you only have one subject, all your hard ends. If have many subjects going on, it's another subject. I don't like it. I'm teasing you guys. Try to cheer you up. My point, however, is have some interest with what we're reading. I know you're tired. Get me so, especially Naomi worked so hard yesterday. I see. You okay?
Yeah.
Not tired? Okay.
Kinda.
Good. Kind of tired? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Don Miguel picked up his cold coffee and drank it, staring out the window. The sun was rising and the farmyard outside was growing lighter. Soon he would need to go and see that the horses had been fed, the eggs collected, and the cows put out to pasture.
Wow.
Then he would put on his cloak and walk to the church for mass.
I like that life, right? That's good life.
Yeah.
Since his friend and fellow priest, Jose
That's called Joaquin. Joaquin. Yeah.
had died,
Joaquin is one of the name of the pillar of the temple. So Joaquin, Boaz, and Joaquin. Go
I
ahead.
used to have a friend named Joaquin.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's a popular name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don Miguel was the only priest in the tiny town of Dolores. Wait, that's how you say it, right?
Dolores.
Dolores.
Dolores is a girl's name. I think in Spanish. I'm not joking. It's real, right? No? Dolores.
Dolores
right?
means
Yeah?
pains.
What?
Pains.
What is pain?
Pains.
This?
Like
Pain?
pain.
Window pane or
Pain.
No, like
pain.
yeah, like
Window
pain.
pains. Window pains.
No, like pain,
Pain.
like physical
Pains.
hurt?
pain. Hurt, yeah.
Oh, nobody want that name.
Yeah.
Man. I'm sorry.
No.
Seriously? Who named a city Dolores? That's terrible. Man, people don't get enough pain, obviously. So, good. Mm-hmm.
Part of the Spanish colony of New Spain. You missed Jose. I already forgot how to say that.
Joaquin.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he was lucky that he could still work as a priest at all. Not too many years ago, a priest named Fray Estrada had complained to the officials of the Roman Catholic Church that Don Miguel was a heretic.
Mm.
Fray Estrada claimed that Don Miguel taught strange, untrue beliefs instead of true Catholic doctrine,
Mm-hmm.
and that he spent his days drinking and amusing himself rather than taking care of his church. The officials had asked many questions of all of Don Miguel's friends. Finally, they decided that Fray Estrada was lying. But Don Miguel knew that the officials had written down. Don Miguel is innocent of the charges, but he does read forbidden books, especially books in French, and he has dangerous ideas about revolution.
Mm.
Don Miguel had lost his job and had not been given another church to serve until Jose Joaquin
The
left the church of Dolores. doors empty.
Can you believe there's regimes, histories, times that you're not supposed to able to read certain books? If you read it, you will become an enemy of the states. You'll be put in jail.
Wow.
You'll be in trouble.
There was a time in
Oh.
some places where reading any books was a crime.
I don't know about that one.
Remember the time period of the story of the book thief? That was a time
Oh,
where reading any books.
that's interesting.
Yeah, reading any books was a
Oh,
crime.
that's imaginary. But
That's
like,
partly real.
is that right?
Yeah, it's a real story.
Like, in medieval ages, you're not supposed to have a Bible in your home. In your home, you're in trouble. So, then the communists burn books. Eradicate certain books, and Nazis it was burn book everywhere, right? So it's a great movement. Every university, the young people just pile up because they were against certain books. So, and it's a terrible time. Yeah. I'm not saying all books are good per se, but don't do that, right? Let's,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The officials have been right. Don Miguel did read forbidden French books about liberty and equality.
Mm-hmm.
But here in New Spain, which lay in Central America, between the continents of North and South America, were not equal.
Men were not equal.
Men were not equal.
Mm.
New Spain was still ruled by the Spanish. Peninsulars, were born in Spain, held the
Peninsulares.
Peninsulares, born in Spain, held the power to govern the Creoles, the Indians, and the half-Indian mestizos.
So let's just thinking about it. The cry dollar is speaking rebel, am I? Over the oppressed by the Catholic regime of the Spanish rule, so must be rebelled. Now this evidently alluding to the origin or starting of Mexico, or the New Spain, or Mexico as a nation. So we are reading the starting Mexican break from a colonial rule, started as an independent nation, right? So yeah, is that interesting to you now? Because that will give you some interest. Because I want to know Mexico next to American, where it came from. A little bit history for the people, how they think, how their traditions, the history, origins. So yeah, go ahead.
Don Miguel had done his best to help the Indians and Belize.
Mm-hmm.
He himself was a Creole who owned 2 farms, so he had used his own land and his own money to teach the Indians skills.
Mm-hmm.
He had built a factory where the Indians could make valuable pots and bricks for sale. He had raised mulberry trees on his land, hoping that the Indians could make silk from silkworms. He had taught them to make wine from the vineyard.
Vineyard.
Oh.
Have you guys
Vineyard.
eaten mulberry before?
What?
Mulberry tree, the leaves is the only food source for silk or worms.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
So you
what that
wear a lot of silk, it's only the worm can produce silk.
Huh.
No human invention can replace that silk.
Hmm.
So a lot of worms eating a lot of mulberry trees in order to get that silk for you, okay? That's why silk is so expensive. Yeah. But the berry is so delicious.
Wait, it's a berry?
Yeah, it's berry
Yeah.
tree.
Berry.
Mulberry. Like a blackberry, Yeah. The leaves, is the food, the only food source for these worms. Go ahead.
Played outside the farmhouse. Don Miguel loved his vineyard. At the end of the day, he would walk through it, examining each grape for any sign of disease. He even talked to the vineyards. Grow the best grapes in all of New Spain. He would tell
Spindly?
Spindly.
I have no idea what that word means.
Yeah.
So yeah, little plant. So he's a very interesting person, huh? Yeah, he talks to plants, man.
People say that's good. I've seen jokes about that helping your plant grow.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
real too.
Oh,
If you
to
talk
play
to plants,
play
they know your
music,
plants.
play music to them.
That's an idea.
Play
And
what is that for? I Are you guys passing notes? Let me see.
No, this
I have no
is
idea what that
this is
was.
Elijah
I
took
was.
for me.
This was just on my seat, and I put it on the table.
Elijah, you took it.
No, I
No notes being passed.
Gotcha.
I don't know what that is. I don't.
You don't?
I was just sitting on it
You took it from me.
because you guys were being distracting
See,
me.
the guilty conscience, right?
I was just put it because I just didn't want to sit on it.
No, I'm joking. But let's talk to plants again, so go ahead.
We need you to help us make money, little vine. Don Miguel set his empty cup down and reached for his cloak. As he did, he felt a strange tremor under his feet.
Tremor. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Horses were approaching, many horses, riding fast. He pulled the door open and ran out onto his doorstep. Spanish soldiers were riding through his vineyard, slashing at the vines with their swords, ripping them down and throwing them onto the ground. Their captain thrust a torch into the thickest tangle of leaves. Smoke began to rise. At the far end, the vines were already blazing. The captain reined his horse around to the house. These grapes are forbidden by the King of Spain. he
What?
said. Only wine made in Spain can be drunk here in the colonies.
You
You
serious?
cannot make your own wine. You must buy ours. Sorry. Never forget that you rely on Spain for everything.
Wow.
When the soldiers galloped away, the vines were in ashes. Don Miguel's face was white with anger. For years, he had hated the cruelty of Spanish governors of his home. But the loss of the vines was the last straw. Don Miguel was ready for war. On September 16th, 1810, Don Miguel rang the bells of his church for Mass. But after the celebration, he didn't dismiss them as usual. Instead, he said, "Listen to me. Listen to the truth about those who rule you." And then he told them that their lives were hard because Spain refused to let them be free. Now is the time for action, he shouted. The Indians and Mezzitos. What does that say?
Mezzitos? I have no idea. Benji, tell us.
Yeah, not medicine.
What? Mestizos.
Mezzitos.
Mestizos. Mestizos mess me up. Mestizos.
Shout back.
Tostitos,
Taquitos.
taquitos, Doritos.
Doritos. Yeah.
Okay. Long live independence. Long live our America. Death to bad government. The rebellion of New Spain had begun. Everyone who had heard the speech called El Grito de Dolores, or the cry of Dolores,
El
repeated
Grito.
to each other.
Okay, let's hear somebody speak Spanish. Say it.
El grito de Dolores.
Okay, El Grito de Dolores. Why you have to speak in that way?
It's accent. That's how it's supposed to be said.
Yeah, I think you have gum in his mouth. Alright?
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you. But try it again. El, louder.
Grito de Dolores.
Okay, let's repeat. El Grito.
El grito de Dolores.
Okay, do it again. Teach us.
El grito de Dolores.
El Grito de Dolores.
El grito de Dolores.
Yeah. El Grito de Dolores. I'm pretty good, am I?
Yeah,
El
yeah.
Grito de Dolores. The cry of Dolores. Okay.
Unhappy colonists gathered around Don Miguel. They didn't have many guns or swords, but soon 20,000 new Spanish were ready to march behind their new leader. Don Miguel the priest was now known as Captain General Miguel. What is it? Hidalgo of
Huh?
the New Spain Army.
Why? Why called Hidalgo now? I don't understand that part. So it's like he changed his first name to be the last name, right? Last name be the first name now. Oh, Don Don means a noble name in Spanish. That's right. Don, Don. So, yeah. Okay.
The mob of Mezquitos and Indians captured the nearest small town and then marched toward the larger city of, I don't know how to say that.
Guanajuato, he told us. No, I don't know. Now, Guanajuato. Okay. Okay. Benji, what the word mestizos mean actually?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Oh.
What that means.
Zapatos?
It must be a certain kind of people,
That's shoes,
right?
right?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The Spanish governor there refused to see them or take the rebellion seriously, but the mob overran the royal fort, taking over the city's government. And then, furious and disorganized, they killed everyone inside. Hidalgo was unable to stop them until over 500 men and women were dead.
Mm.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
The cap-
Okay. Evidently, Naomi can't wait to read on, so let's hurry.
Great.
I'll try.
You'll try?
My,
Mm-hmm.
I think after I drink that coffee,
I think you should just.
my eyes aren't staying straight. Maybe
Excuses,
because I got
continue.
glasses on.
Oh, you basically tired,
I don't know.
sleepy. You want
You
to
did have
rest?
glasses on.
No, I'm fine.
Seriously, you can rest.
No, she's fine.
I just want to listen, maybe.
Okay.
I can
I-
read.
You can read.
Yeah.
Read a bit louder. Wake her up.
Okay. The capture of...
If you put her in sleep, that's not good.
Yeah. The capture of Guanajuato gave the New Spain rebels courage. They marched on, fighting their way toward Mexico City. More men joined them. Hidalgo's army now had more than 50,000 soldiers.
Wow, that's a lot of people, huh?
Mhm. But when they reached the gates of Mexico City, Hidalgo stopped his army. "No," he said. "We will retreat." The soldiers couldn't believe what they were hearing. But Hidalgo and his officers turned the army around and went back. Hidalgo, still a priest beneath his sword and helmet,
Hmm.
was afraid that his army would charge through the capital city. And wait. Sorry, burning and killing the innocent, just as they had in Guanajuato.
It's like a mob, right? They burn everything down. They're not disciplined armies, so they don't want that to happen to this capital city, right? So, well, a big city. So, go ahead.
Once Hidalgo had retreated, Spanish soldiers marched out of Mexico City and attacked his army. The rebels fought back, but finally were forced to scatter. Hidalgo tried to escape across the northern desert into the United States, but he was caught and put into prison, along with the officers who had gone with him. The other men were shot for treason at once. Don Miguel Hidalgo was a priest, so the Spanish army couldn't execute him. First, the church would have to give its permission. The Roman Catholic Church agreed to consider the case, but the Spanish governor of New Spain lost patience. "I'm not waiting any longer," he snapped. "Find a bishop who will unpriest the priest." So his aides found a bishop who agreed to defrock Hidalgo. When a priest is defrocked, a church authority declares that he isn't a priest any longer. Then Hidalgo was taken from his prison cell and beheaded. Miguel Hidalgo hadn't made New Spain free, but he is still remembered today in Mexico, the country that was once New Spain. Every September 15th, the president of Mexico rings a bell and then repeats Don Miguel Hidalgo's speech, the cry of Dolores. On the next day, September 16th, Mexicans celebrate the Independence Day.
Well, so that's where it came from, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah. So that literally is a Mexican where it came from. So. Okay. The next portion started.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Republic of Mexico. Miguel Hidalgo's army had failed, but south of New Spain, the South American colonies had declared independence from Spain. New Spain saw their fight for freedom and rebelled again. The second revolt against Spain was led by another priest, Jose Maria Morelos y Pavon.
What?
Ooh,
Do it again. Why Spanish do that?
I don't know. My mom has like 15 last names.
You kidding me?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, can you repeat them?
I can't remember all of them. There's so many. Uh-huh.
Can she repeat that?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, you record it for us, okay?
Okay.
We can tease her. I'm gonna
Alright.
call her.
Tease her.
Da-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you even can repeat it.
Yeah.
That's the point. You practice. You do it. You know. So tell her, hey, how you doing? That'll be fun. Man, what's your name? Middle name?
Elizabeth.
Oh, that's beautiful, Elizabeth. Esther Elizabeth. What's your real middle name? Oh, that's right. Naomi Ruth.
Yeah, my mom passed it down from
Somebody upset with you. Naomi Ruth,
Yeah,
what are you
exactly.
doing?
That's what that was.
Yeah, I know. Heard it before. I heard it before. Do you have middle name?
Yeah, it's Elid.
Huh?
It's Spanish. Elid.
Ellie, what it means?
Elid. It's just a name.
No, it must mean something. It doesn't mean
Well,
name.
actually, it's the name of my uncle.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Pass on to you, or in honor of your uncle. Elijah.
You know my middle name.
No.
Timothy.
Christopher. No, that's
No,
Noah's
no.
Christopher.
Oh wait. Really?
Elijah. Meg, Elijah.
Shh, don't.
I just said it.
Give me a hint. The first.
It's my dad's name.
Elijah.
It's my dad's name.
Timothy.
Timothy
Wayne.
terrible.
Vincent.
It's terrible, huh? Why?
I have Wayne as well.
No.
No.
That's just my dad.
Okay.
That's my dad's middle name.
Oh, he's.
Alright.
Timothy Wayne Vincent.
I had no idea his middle name. So anyway, this guy got.
That's terrible.
This guy got 3 middle names or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Do it again. Yeah.
Jose Maria Morelos y Pavon. Yep.
Know what the word payong means? Payong means.
Pavon.
Uh huh. Is eagle?
I think so.
Oh. Yeah.
Pavon.
Z.
Come
That
on.
was a bird.
That's a bird. Okay.
Morelos had commanded a group of soldiers in Hidalgo's army.
Mm.
After Hidalgo was executed, Morelos and his men formed a junta, a group of army officers who claimed to be true rulers of New Spain.
Mm.
This junta wrote a constitution for New Spain, which they called simply America.
Oh, that's where Hota came from. Okay. Mhm.
The constitution said that all men of New Spain, whether Creole or Peninsular, Indian or Mestizo, so it must be some kind of like
Yeah.
person there,
That's interesting. Different race must be, huh?
right,
Yeah.
would be equal. They would all simply be Americans. With the same right to vote, own property, and earn money, Morelos and his army fought against the Spanish soldiers, just like Hidalgo and his army had done just a few years before. But Morelos, too, was captured and put to death. Leading a rebel army was a dangerous business. Hidalgo and Morelos had both died fighting for independence.
Man.
But the third rebel leader, Agustin de
Augustine.
Agustin
Augustine.
de Iturbide
That's
would be
Iterbide, you know?
Iturbide.
Iterbide. Mm.
Would be more successful.
Mm.
Agustin de Iturbide was a Creole, born in New Spain, but he had always been loyal to the king. As a matter of fact, during Hidalgo's rebellion, Iturbide had been fighting on the opposite side for Spain,
Mm.
and he had helped the Spanish government chase Morelos too. But then Iturbide asked to be awarded a special honor, the Order of San Fernando. The military order was a special medal given to soldiers who had been brave and loyal. Iturbide was certainly loyal, and although he was often accused of being a cruel and greedy man, he was certainly brave, but he was told that he couldn't have that medal. He was a Creole. Only peninsulars could receive the order. Iturbide was angry and humiliated. He realized that he would never fight his way to position of power in the army, or be given an important job in the government. Peninsulars would be given the honor instead. So while he went on serving in Spain's army, Iturbide started to write down.
I saw this yesterday as well.
Me too.
On my
33.
package.
Me and my
Yeah.
dad did too.
Is that right? My package, I have this package wheat is a 3333.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
And Ben sent me said a 333 yesterday. So.
Me and my dad were driving in my new car, and we
Uh-huh.
saw the miles. Some mile thing was 222.
Oh.
And another thing said 111, and we looked at the time. It was 333.
Ah. Lucky you.
Yeah.
No. This should not say lucky you. Blessed are you. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's more
right.
like it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
I was trying to look where it was. Iturbide started to write down ideas about the
And
new Spain.
what I have you, let me tell you my tactic, okay? You want to be a cheerleader, not cheerleader, but you want to be the teacher, you gotta study the mode of the people you're teaching with. You know, if it's so excited, quiet them down. If it's super dreamy, doomy, sleepy like Naomi did this morning, you cheer them up.
Keep them at bay.
Exactly. Well, not really keep at bay, but just let them engage what you're teaching. You know, so that that's teacher what it means. Teacher, right? Motivate them to learn. Not excited, somebody giggling all the time. Giggling. And said, hey, please quiet down a little bit. We need to, you know, send Elijah on the way. Naomi, stop doing that. No, I'm just teasing, cheer you guys up. You didn't get used to my jokes yet. You will have to have a long learning curve, okay? So you'll get there. Your dad always making fun of me. Yeah. Your mom started doing it only recently.
Yeah,
She's
so
there
I
now
witnessed
too.
that the other day.
Yeah, you witnessed that. Never try a few times. Failed, miserable.
Who did?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's too literal.
Still awkward, you know. Naomi doing good. Naomi, when she was young, one time she has Nova, she started teasing me all the way. We just moved to the new place, moved here. Remember that? On the road, right at the back of
Probably.
dirty road. Yeah, she was young your age. She was younger than you. She's running around, giggling, teasing me all through. So,
Sounds like
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, she grew up. Not
Yep.
that fun anymore. Sorry. Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, was teasing, what's her name? Elaine. That's right. On the way here, cheer her up. I was really like her jokes. You want to hear it? Her joke said, "Hey, you really cheerful this morning. You have been very cheerful. So glad to, drive with a cheerful person." He said, "I must wake up on the right side of the bed." I like that one. Anyway.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Enough jokes.
In 1821, he gathered the army officers who served with him together and explained his plan. New Spain would become a new independent kingdom called Mexico, with its own king. All of its people who would be equal no matter where they were born or where they were. And Roman Catholicism Catholicism.
Catholicism,
Catholicism.
Protestantism.
I always get that word.
Yeah.
And let's repeat: Protestantism. Protestantism. That's right.
Protestantism.
Protestantism. Catholicism.
Catholicism.
Catholicism. I have a hard time with this word in
Yeah,
the beginning
me too.
myself, so finally I got it. So, go ahead.
Would be the official region of Mexico.
Religion.
Oh, religion, sorry. These were called the three guarantees.
Okay, 3 guarantees. Okay, what are they? Let's repeat. What are 3 guarantees? Listen now.
Wherever they were born, or where they were.
All people
would be
equal, huh?
Yeah.
No matter where they're born, wherever they were. Okay. Wow. Should it become an independent kingdom called Mexico with its own king? That's the first one, right?
Uh-huh.
All people equal, second one. And Roman Catholic is religion, right? So third one. Making sense to you?
Yeah.
3 guarantee. I'm gonna read on. So,
Alright.
那么大家 want to read. So,
The officers liked.
I'm gonna read on.
He
He's gonna
said
love-
he was gonna read on.
Oh,
That's
oh,
okay.
sorry.
No. You don't need to be sorry. We just everybody retreated. This girl is absent. Only let's read us
Sorry.
reading. So I pitch in to be a student today. So is that okay for you?
Mhm.
Yep.
Make up my class. The officers like Ibervide's plan. So did the Mexican revolutionaries. The most powerful rebel leader, Vicente Guerrero, man, that's tough. Vicente Guerrero agreed that he and his soldiers would fight for the plan. The combined armies of Ibervide and Guerrero marched to Mexico City and ordered the Spanish governor to step down. The governor agreed. This time, the rebel army was too strong for the Spanish soldiers to defeat. On August 24th, how you see that? The 24th or 24th?
August 24th.
August 24th, thank you. 1821, Spain signed a treaty giving Mexico its independence. The third rebellion had succeeded at only 6 months. Now that Mexico was independent, the Mexicans called the Congress to write a new constitution. Some Mexicans wanted a republic like the United States, others wanted a king who would have to obey a constitution like Great Britain. Some of the Mexicans wanted a king, thought that Fernando VII should be invited to be king of Mexico, as long as he moved to Mexico and promised to obey its constitution. That's fantasy, huh? The others wanted Ibervide to be king. Vide's supporters won in 1822. 1822, right? That's the year. The Creole soldier. Oh man, that's not Creole. The Creole soldier became Emperor Augustine the First of Mexico. But also he was a good soldier. Augustine was a very bad king. And his sister made a princess. He had his sister made a princess and his father made a prince. He set up a language household with lots of servants. When the Mexican Congress refused to obey him, the new emperor threw its leaders into jail. The American ambassador who traveled down to Mexico to meet Emperor Augustine the First wrote back to President James Monroe. His exercise of power is arbitrary and tyrannical. After Augustine the First ruled for only 9 months, the army general named Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. Wow, that's a long name. Oh, they have a long name. Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna led revolt against him. Santa Anna wanted a Mexican ruled as a republic, with no king at all. After suffering through 9 months of rule by Augustine, the army agreed. Augustine fled to Italy, afraid that he might be killed by angry soldiers. With Augustine out of the way, the Mexican Congress met again drew up a constitution for the United Mexican States. That's like United American States, huh? Interesting. Mexico will have a president, a Congress, and the states, just like the United States of America. New Spain was now a republic. Agustin Iturbide never had a chance to live in the Republic of Mexico. His enemies, pretending to be friendly, told him that the new constitution wasn't very popular. The people are restless and unhappy, they said. If you return now, you'll be welcome back and given your throne back. They were tricky, huh? And this was the king running from Italy. Is that how you say it? Italy, am I right? So,
Yeah.
Okay. But when he arrived in Mexico, he was arrested at once and then put to death. They trick him to death, huh? They don't like him. It's a sad.
Yeah.
He's a poor. He's a good soldier. You're right, but he's a poor.